So at the end of the week, we expect that you're going to embody some of the stuff that's on your pencil. You will? What's yours? You're on the light? So why you don't think you're going to be able to? Oh, you're already. Oh, so you need another pencil then. All right. So what we're going to do, and she's disappeared. While we wait for the executive director to come and introduce himself, he also has a pencil, so he will say he will give you his name and tell you what he's saying. So what this week is about? Anybody know why they're here, apart from the fact that your mother said? To invest? Anybody else? To learn about investing? To learn about business? Okay. Y'all read the blurb before we came. Well, we are going to get to investing, but before we can actually get to investing, we have to learn how, we have to learn the rules. Anybody here play a sport competitively? What sport is that? Basketball. What?
Mixed martial arts.
Mixed martial arts. Lacrosse. Fancy. And football. Football. Karate. So you're in the martial arts kind of a thing, and you, ma'am? Field hockey. All right. Anybody here is in the arts? Music, dance. Stay right there, Miss Carrie-Ann. You're in the arts? Dance. Okay. And you play the piano. You're my kind of a. I play the piano too. And over this side, painting. Cool. Dance. All right. Why I ask that question? When you're learning to do these things. Oh, okay. Don't you have to learn the rules? Don't you have to learn the steps? Don't you have to practice? So it's the same thing here. If you're going to know how to invest and invest well, if you're going to know how to manage your business, how to do all of those things, you can't just run in and do it, so you have to learn the steps. You have to learn how to do it. And after you learn how to do it, you have to practice. And after you practice and practice and practice, who's the piano player again? That's you, you're back behind there? What grade are you at now? Or level or whatever they call it? Huh? Wait, hold on. You can seriously play. But if you're at level 3, you've gone far and you've gone further than I did. I went to level 2. But all of those things, regardless of what we do, we have to have the groundwork. We have to have the tools to get us going. Agree? So what we're going to do for this week is that we're going to learn some of the basic tools. We're not going to learn all the tools. We're not going to learn all the fancy stuff. But we're going to learn enough. I hear somebody say they're going to learn. You're going to learn enough so that you can build upon that. Right? That's the first thing. And Miss Kerry is gone, but I'm not bringing her in. The second thing is we need to be able to, what else you need to be, apart from the fact that you need to learn how to do this and how to do this properly, what else do you need to be able to invest? Okay, we have the executive director of Mona School of Business and Management, and your name, and all the students have to introduce themselves and say what they're coming to.
Good morning, everybody.
And say what your pencil is.
Oh man, it sounds like them sending to sleep already. Hands up all who had breakfast. Alright, so we have to, for those who never hands up, we have to arrange to give you some breakfast.
No man, we provide breakfast. If they didn't eat breakfast here, they because they said they didn't want it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so morning and welcome. Let me see, how much of you have a savings account? Nice. How much of you have an investment account? Yes, a few. Nice. Parents set you up with an investment account or you started? You and them. They provide the input and you.
And
Okay.
And there's another young man there that has an investment.
Let me say, what? Okay, yes.
Wait, but just keep them ready now.
Yes, okay. So it's good that everybody has a savings account, right? And after this, I'll introduce myself. But there's a difference between investing and saving. So you save to invest, but don't leave all your money in a savings account. That's what made your parents and your grandparents not as financially secure as they could be. So my name is David McBean. I'm the head of the Mona School of Business. So I'm looking forward in average age of what, 16? What's the average age here? Fifth form? Everybody in fifth form? Fourth form? Third form? Fifth? Fourth? Third form? Second form?
First form?
First form? Sixth form? Alright. Anybody in university? No, alright. So over the next 5 years, I hope to see you all here. Some of you at the business school. Investing is very important. I wish somebody had told me what you learn here when I was your age, because they always told us to save. So you would have seen your investment account on average grow faster than the 1 or 2% you have in your savings account. Don't worry, you don't have to start big, but you learn some important concepts. But it's great that you're here. I'd like to welcome you to MSBM. I'm supposed to tell them
What your pencil says.
right. These days I don't feel very energetic, but it says you have contagious energy and you are strong. So,
What's that? No, this is for the entire week.
for the entire week.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'll see you around. So have a great time. I hope by the end of this, I'm hopeful that we'll track you all over the next year or two, so that you don't just leave here. You tell us about your experiences, and what we'll do is my financial controller will kill me, but you'll hear later. We can make 10 prizes available.
And then what you wish, sir.
Yeah, we'll make 10 prizes available.
They have 2 games. They have a stock market game and they have a budget game.
And a budget game. So
So you have something to work towards.
so
apart
the
from pets.
top 5 in each.
And you make some prizes?
Yeah, we'll make some prizes for you. I have to work out with my finance person, just how much, right? But we'll make it out for you. So the top 5, you can get that to either add to your investment account or start an investment account. All right? Sounds good? Well, you don't sound enthusiastic. Sounds good?
Yeah, I think they're a little chilly. Is that true?
You're cold?
They're cold, so
Oh,
if somebody can turn it.
all right, we'll ask them to. I think the controls are there.
But we'll ask. I don't know who does it, but we could ask somebody. Probably.
Yeah, we'll find out. I'll ask Miss Campbell. So it's because you're cold. So if I come look for you this evening, you'll be a little bit more energetic. Of course. But then somebody are going to tell me you eat lunch and you catch some itis. That's why you're not energetic. All right. So enjoy the week. I'll check in to see how they're doing. And have fun. Remember all of that. So even though you're chilly, let me say who intend to win a prize now. All right, nice. Huh?
And you put up your hand twice, right?
And you put up your hand twice.
Oh, okay.
You're on 2 prizes. So win one in the budget and the other one in the what? Stock and the stock market. And you get 2 prizes.
That's true.
Alright.
Okay.
But remember, everybody runs the race. Everybody goes at the starting line. And some talk more than others. Who was watching Olympics?
We have a couple of track and field people here.
Yes? Good. Alright, take care.
All right, thank
All
you.
of this.
Good morning, how are we doing? Body alright? Chill, yeah, kind of nippy for real, don't it? My name is Martin Nesbet. You have seen my name on the flyer. What else was it up?
I mean, you just need to tell your name and what your pencil says.
My pencil says your work matters.
And we're imploring everybody to, whatever the pencil say, by the end of the week, they will embody that.
All right. So I guess my work should matter by Friday, right? All right, cool. Just one thing more I'll leave with you. It's nothing. The thing I always say to my students at UA is the principle of consistency. Anybody here go gym? Anybody here goes to the gym? Go gym? Alright.
No, but all the people who say they're in sports.
Anybody, alright, we might not go gym, but everybody brush them teeth. Right? And this is the point with consistency. And my brethren here from the gym can tell you. If you miss the gym for a week, you start over, don't it? Your body get back, when you start over, you feel like you start from scratch. Right, same thing, concept with brushing your teeth. It's not the first time or the one time you brush your teeth, your mouth stay healthy. That make sense? You have to consistently brush your teeth. What them say, twice a day, 3 times a day, right? Same thing, anything we do. Anything we do at all. So this course, whatever you do at your respective schools, whatever you do in life, take the principle of consistency. Alright? Cool? And that way, all our work will matter. Looking forward to the week. Looking forward to the discussions. Have a good one. Thanks.
Similar to what Martin says, part of what I was trying to get to you when I said you have the rules and you have to practice the steps, you have to practice the rules to get that. So the next question I was asking you is, what else you need for your business? What else you need for investing?
Money.
Yeah, you need money, right? So who we going to get? What's this? Yeah, you need that. But I like this young, remind me of your name, I'm not as good as the other persons. Yes, yes. Madison says you need, you're the one who said it, right? Madison said you need money. No, it's not she? Sorry. Nathaniel said you need money. Nathaniel said you need to speak up so we can hear you. That you need money. So where are you going to get the money from? And how are you going to manage that money? Work and other, and your parents. Or you people lucky, you know. I don't have any parents anymore, but you know, but there are different sources of money. So we're going to talk. So not only are we going to look at the steps and the rules of the investing and finance game, we're also going to look at the money part of it, which is important. Those two things, those are the 2 pillars that we're going to do. So all of that is really what personal finance is about. So you have to set your goals, right? You have to know where you're going. You know the expression that says, if you don't know where you're going, any road can take you there. You know that expression? All right, that's one expression for you to learn. But you have to set your goals. You have to know where you're going. You have to make a plan for that, and that is part of the success story. So we're going to talk about goals. We have to talk about a plan to achieve those goals. We are going to, as Martin said, you know, this consistent, this monitoring, you have to make sure that you're on track. And hopefully, we're giving you the basics and the foundation that will help you to make informed decisions. All right, so that's what personal finance is about, and that's what we're doing for this week. Now, this is what it is not. And listen carefully. So we know what it is, this is not what. This is what it is not. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. Anytime you see anything that's going to say you're going to get rich quickly, walk in the other direction. Yes? It don't work that way. You have to have a plan, you have to stick to the plan, and you have to work with the program. So it's not a get-rich scheme, and you can't just make decisions and hope that something will pan out. That don't work either. You have to do this step by step, work with the plan. And we're not speculating and we're not gambling. This is something that is we're doing seriously. But having said that, don't get scared. You can have fun, and we want you to have fun with it. But you can have fun by doing the things on the top, which is, thinking about where you want to go, making a plan for going there, making informed decisions, consistent in your work, and what's the other one? Making informed decisions, we said that already. And what else? There are no shortcuts. Anything else? Alright, you must be some martial arts. Child, right? When you're doing martial arts, you just get up and go do it? Or you have to learn? And you have to practice? And practice. And practice, I know you're good. Finances, personal finances, no. You can't. Same thing with the guy, my friend behind here who play the piano. You don't just get up one day and play the piano. You have to learn the chords, you have to learn the scales, you have to learn all of that. So it's just part and parcel, just like everything in life. So what are the elements that we're going to go through? Your earnings. Alright, I know that some of you don't get, some of you not earned yet, but part of this is for life going forward. Right? But some of you get allowance, some of you are lucky enough to get allowance. But some of you get allowance. Nobody, anybody here don't get no money at all? None at all? You don't even get lunch money? You get lunch money? So you don't have to eat up, so you don't have to spend off all that lunch money. Thank you. So you have a source of income. Even though it may be small, but as Dr. McBean says, it's never too small to start. Good morning. All right, so we're going to talk about your earnings for when you get a job, but in general, is any source of money, whether it's your lunch money, and you're not going to use up all of your lunch money, you can you can save some of it, you can put aside some of it. And you start with that discipline, and you practice that consistently, and trust me, it will pan out, right, Martin? It will pan out. You know what my son did? He's older than you know what he used to do? I used to give him, even when he was here at UWI, you know what he did? I gave him an allowance. You get this amount per, I think I used to give him per month, because I want him to, be able to plan out the thing, because that he's not coming to me for lunch money, he's not coming to me for money to go out with his friends or any of his personal item. I give him some money. I said, let that hold you for the month. You know what he did? He would give me shopping lists, and every single day, that child made either a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or a ham and cheese sandwich, which of course is on the supermarket list, and saved every penny that I gave him. So that's what I'm saying, you can save your lunch, you can save part of your lunch money. You don't have to stay like my son, where you use none of that at all. Right? Alright, so you have that. So now all of you spend money, right? Yes? All of you spend money. So we're going to talk about the spending. And we'll spend some time with the spending. And I know, Martin, you're going to help me out with the spending part of it. And then, as long as you get it right, where you get some money wherever you get it from, whether it's left over from your lunch money, your allowance, or you have a... Anybody have a medical side hustle? You wash your neighbor's car? Or what you do for your side hustle, sir? You work with your uncle? What you do for your side hustle? Wait, hold on. What you do for... You what? No, man, I'm here, You see these gray hairs? Oh, you sell to, you buy and sell, right? So you have your money, and by the way, all of those things are part of your income. Your side hustle, your allowance, any job that you have. So you have that, and you need to take a tally of how much you get, because you need to know how much money you have, because you need to know how much you can spend, because the idea here is that you spend less than what you come in with. You get from your parents and your auntie and anybody sending you any Christmas money or birthday money. All of those things are your source of income. You know how much that is? You have to write it down, because you have to know how much money you have. Then you have to figure out what you're going to spend that money on. And the critical thing is that you must spend less than what you get. And once you can do that on a consistent basis, then you will be able to save. You might be able to save every single week or every single month, but you must have a consistent pattern of savings. Because sometimes, you just have some expense that come up and you just have to deal with it. But you make sure that you get in the habit of knowing how much you're spending, how much you're getting, so that you know that you can do some savings. And then, after you save, as Dr. McLean says, that saving now after you reach a certain amount, then you can start investing, and then you can see your money grow. But you need to start somewhere. You can't start in a vacuum. And so we'll go through that. And then the other element of personal finance is protecting your assets. And we're not going to that right now. We're not going to that because that's, your parents and the insurance and then the things like that. We're not quite ready for that. That is when you are so excited about this that you come and you come to university and you join Mr. Nesbitt's class and we do those other things. So part of what we want you to be able to do is to say, yes, at the end of this, we are sufficiently excited. Who said you have contagious energy? Right? And you pass that on to your siblings and even your parents and all of your friends, you have that contagious. And then the persons who are the light, you will show the rest of people the light. The light the path for them so that they will know. And what else? And your work is important. And you know enough so that you can partake of that. Anybody quotation I leave out? You're valuable. So you're important. Anybody got I'm important? You got I'm important? So you're important because you'll be able to spread it. And you got what? You're enough, so you have sufficient knowledge or enough knowledge that you can build upon it. And you are appreciated because when you explain all of this to your friends and stuff, they will appreciate the gems that you give to them. I leave out anything? Okay.
Just one story I want to share with the elements of finance, just to bring it to life. This is going to probably reveal my age, but I think Maurice can relate more. When you have a high school, just start burn CD. You don't know CD, right? Yeah, but we used to, the computer had a CPU, and the CPU would burn a CD. So in high school, I think everybody have computer who can burn CD. So what would happen is that from our savings, from our lunch money we save, I will buy that supercomputer. That's only the rich kids could afford it. What we realized is that there was a business in burning CDs. Right, so this time you get music mixes and movies on the CDs. We would buy the original and burn it and sell it on campus. That make sense?
I don't know what is CD, I don't know what it is to burn a CD.
Never know, right? Yeah.
What do people use now?
Everything digital now, man.
Or they don't
iTunes,
use
Spotify. Right, so before that era, because even now the computer now, it's a two computer, don't even have a CD drive on it, alright? But before then, right, this is like early 2000s, right? We would burn CDs. So what we used to do is save lunch money, buy a computer that would burn a CD, buy the original CD. So you buy like a DMX album, right? You buy the Eminem album, right, which came on a CD. I will burn it and sell it, literally. And from that, we save and go again. And then during that era, the hot cars or the Honda Civic and Suzuki had a car named the Suzuki Swift GTI, was saved from those CD burnings, save all that money and invest in a car, right? While on campus, yeah, while on campus. So this theory on the board has been tested and proven, right? And it manifests itself to real life, as Dr. Logan has said, right? See, this is how businesses operate. You save, when you accumulate enough, then you invest, right? When you invest, then, of course, as the last bullet says, you protect the assets. But it's true to form, just can't relate. You guys can't relate to my CD burning era, but it was real as can be, right?
Yeah, but we have some side hustle here, We have some people who buy and sell. Exactly. This young lady here and this gentleman behind there, and somebody say work with his uncle, your uncle pay you though. Okay, all right. So, but you know, you have the opportunity, and as you have the opportunity, you know, do some, you know, get a little more extra money on the side. I used to work with my parents. My parents ran a business or whatever. And before the age of CD, a burning CD. My computer didn't even have, okay. Sorry, I never even have computer until, no, let me not bother say that, because that would have really, really show me age. But just kind of think about the era when computers never exist, not to mention cell phones. That's the era I came from. So we have to do other stuff. All right, so we're ready to move on. Any questions, any comments? I mean, remember, you know, this seminar, for you to not fall asleep and for it to not boring, you have to, you know, ask questions. No question is stupid. And if you have a question, trust me, somebody right beside you or across the way from you want to ask that question, but then feel a little way, say, who is I am brave? No, you're not even going on. You don't even want to admit that you're brave. You're brave, right? So you're brave, so you can ask the questions, right? So if there's any comments that you want to add, we want you to be a part of this, right? Because this week is your week. We're doing this for you. All right, so what's the goals? Let's start to talk through what are some of the goals that we hope to achieve. And one of the important goals about personal finance is financial stability. And I know that anybody wants to tell me in their words what they think financial stability is? I mean, if I said one of the goals is personal finance, what would you consider? One of the goals of personal finance is financial stability. I saw your hand first.
To be.
Yeah, yes, you. Yeah, okay. The guy, your floor is being yielded to you.
Okay, so to be financially stable, I would say is to be not really being held down from debt, bills, mortgages.
So in other words, you can cover. You're comfortable with covering your expenses. That's a very good definition. No man, we're touching on stability. What does financial stability mean to you?
What you think is stable in life, as he said earlier, your business.
You can cover everything. Anybody else want to say anything in terms of financial stability? Because my idea of financial stability is that I don't have to beg nobody no money, and I can hold my head high, and I'm in a position where I can do what it is that I want to do. All right, good question. If you're financially stable, then you have financial independence. But you can't really get to the financial independence if you cannot, I should remember your name. You're not Chad. Chad is sitting beside you. Sir, young man, what's your name, sir? Aber. What Aber is saying, you can cover your bills, you don't worry about anything. That kind of financial stability will lead to the independence where, you know, I'm not begging nothing, so I don't owe you nothing. Right? Anything, right? So that's where you want to be, where you can do what you need to do, and at the same time, you're able to cover your bills. All right. It also so those are two kind of interlocking goals. Also, if you're financially stable, then that will allow you to achieve your financial goals. Anybody here have any financial goals? Yeah. What are your financial goals? Yes, sir. What's your name, sir? I have to remember your name, too. Marco. Marco, what's your? Give me one financial goal that you have.
The goal that I want is to at least buy my
your mother is here. Very, very good girl. Very good. You know why I like it? You're taking yourself out of it. No, I know he says that and stuff like that, but the rest of us are altruistic, huh? But somebody else give me another financial goal that they have. And there's nothing wrong with saying it's me. What? Tell me, no man, come on. Come over this side, man. Yes, ma'am.
To buy a house.
To buy a house. So that you don't have to depend on landlord and nobody can give you notice to move. You want that kind of comfort and independence and stability. So that's your goal, yes? Yes, yes you.
I want to buy a car before I finish college.
You want to what?
I want to buy a car before I finish.
You want to buy it before you finish college? Well, you better go get the CD and burn it, you know. So, anybody else? So those are goals, those are financial goals. So what we're trying to get you on the path of is to be able to achieve those financial goals. And then, I know you're all young, and you all don't think about this, but you see this last one, retirement planning. The earlier you start, the easier it becomes. And you may even be able to retire early, right? Before you get old and gray and you can actually enjoy the fruits of your labor. So once you have met, I will talk later on some Thursday or Wednesday or something like that about setting your goals. We're going to talk about setting your short-term goals, setting your medium-term goals, and setting your long-term goals. Nobody has given me a short-term goal. I hear kind of medium-term goal from the car, a kind of medium-term goal from the house, because you want your house sooner than later. And Marco going to get, I mean, that's not too medium or long-term to get your mother the house? Long-term, all right. You have a short-term goal? No? Okay, you're just trying to get warm. What would be before we get to the short term, before we get to that point? What you tell me? Tell me what's a short-term goal.
Like buy more jewelry or clothes.
Yeah, that's a short-term goal, and there's nothing wrong with making yourself happy, and comfortable. But you just need to plan for it. That's all. But that's a nice short-term goal. You have a goal. Can I rephrase that a little bit? You have a goal to say you're going to save X amount of money over a particular period of time, and we'll talk about what that short-term savings, how that short-term savings is going to add to your independence and stability. Anything else, Martin, you want to add to this? Anybody else want to add anything to it?
Short-term with the first degree.
First short-term getting your first degree?
Yeah, 20 days.
Yeah, because I think you're mostly third formers up through sixth formers. You have a couple of we have a couple of first forms and second formers, but you're mostly third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Yes. So
That really added something, but may I please use your instrument?
oh yeah, man, that's very important. So we're done with this. We're done with this speech, right? So what we're going to move to, all right, we kind of talk about this, statue, and it's a part, I mean, I see everybody have their notebook, everybody have something to write on, and some of you, and writing on it too, very impressive. I'm just going to go through these list of possible incomes. I know we started talking about this, and I need a little time check. All right. So we talk about where income coming from already, right? Salaries and wages for when you're older. If you have your side hustle, some of you say you have your side hustle. When you're some people may be able to at some point in time. As you get older, you may have some investment properties, so you can get some rental income. Anything that can get rental income from when at this stage before they actually get into, yes? What you going to rent out? You're going to rent out your bicycle? Yeah? You rent out your phone too? One enterprising. So when you rent out your phone, what you use? Oh, you're just giving ideas. But certainly some of the things, if you're not using it, you can rent it out. Somebody may, I mean, this is now the new sharing economy. A friend of mine, you all know Airbnb, right? You know, a friend of mine, younger than me, but he wanted to get started in the whole idea of bringing in some extra income, because he has a regular job. What he decided that he wanted to do, he wanted to be a part of the Airbnb industry, and if you're in the US, it is big in certain communities, and I think it's fairly big in certain communities here in Jamaica. And you know what he did? He rented a house, and then he turned that rental into an Airbnb. Why? He said he didn't have the capital, he didn't have the money to buy the house, but what he's going to do is rent it, and then the rental income from the Airbnb, he will now turn that after a certain number, a certain period into a down payment, so he can buy a house. So he can buy a little flat, he can buy a little apartment, and he can and continue with the Airbnb business. And one day I must check him and see how that works, So if you put your head to it, as Marcus said, if you're a bicycle and you not use your bicycle, or you don't ride that bicycle anymore, or you get a new one or something like that. This is a sharing economy. You folks know more than that. Interest income, unfortunately, all of you said you have a savings account. You know how much interest you get on it?
0.
That's not going to give you much, right? Dividends, when you start getting into stock, a couple of people here said they have investment accounts. What your investment account is in, you buy stocks, you get dividends, or you don't buy any stock that pay dividends.
I have 60,000 into
Fontana don't pay any dividends.
Yeah.
Fontana pay, no man, I hear Fontana pay dividends.
Yeah, but like, not that much to be noticeable.
Right.
Well, but hey, look, if I started buying stocks at your age, see that's what Dr. Martin said, if I know now what you're going to learn this week,
I would work it out.
I wouldn't be working now. Trust me, I would not be working.
Stay the course.
Stay the course, and everybody else join the course. So it's not much now, but as you go along, and I save the dividend income, don't bother spend it a little bit, but accumulate that dividend income, because in time that dividend income will accumulate to enough so you to buy some additional stuff.
Use the dividend buy more shares.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Just you might want to get $100 or $200, but you think about you putting. You have that $100, $200. I remember, not asking your age. You know how many years until you reach retirement, 60 or 65? If you save that amount and say, well, okay, at the end of the year, you probably will have the dividends that will come to probably on, even if it comes to $1,000 after a year, or even $500. What's the price of your Fontana shares? Put you on a spot. But, but a lot of shares sell for under $100. So you can buy some additional shares, and then those will generate dividends, and next year you can buy, this 10 you can buy this year, next year you can buy 20, and by the time you reach my ripe old age, you're sitting pretty. So you have a good start. When you really get into retirement, you have NIS, your company pension, your retirement income, etc. And in Jamaica, in most places at least, there is some kind of government safety net. That is also a part of your income. Don't know if that is ever going to be close enough to even cover your basic expense, but it still will be a part. And any kind of gift that you get, my niece won't like me to say this, but I will say it. From she was this high, she always had this goal. This was her goal. It wasn't quite a financial goal, it was a life goal. She wanted to study in England. Right? And every money that little girl got, she put it in her bank account.
Consistency.
What's that?
Consistency.
What's that? What's that?
Consistency.
Consistency. No, she was fortunate. She did well in her CSEC and she got a IB scholarship and she went to Wales. But I mean, we used to laugh at her behind her back and say, I don't think she knows how much it is to go to study in England, you know. But you have to admire her for her consistency. Really, really consistent. But at least she had her pocket money when she went to Wales. So, you know, you give her your remittances and stuff like that. I'm encouraging you to spend all of it, save some of it. And then now, we get into the expenses. And anybody here doing, what do you call it, POB? Right? So when I talk about fixed expense and variable expense, you know what I'm talking about. At least the ones that doing POB. Yes? No? All right. Well, fixed expense for the people who never did POB or not doing POB. Fixed are the things that you have every single month. And it's the same amount every month. That's your fixed expense. So if you were, you know, older, you pay your rent, you pay your mortgage, you pay your car payment. It's the same amount you're paying every month. So that is what we call fixed. Yes, ma'am.
It's not really a question, just what I'm also doing with agriculture.
The what?
Agriculture too.
Agriculture? I don't understand.
Agricultural science.
Oh, the learning in agricultural sciences.
Oh, you learn it in agriculture. Oh, they fix and variable. Okay. So they teach agricultural science in schools now? Oh, some schools. Okay. All right, and then the variable expense are the ones that going to change from month to month or from period to period. So we normally allocate or we normally categorize the expenses into fixed and variable. Just, you know, you have to have a system. Right? You have to have a system and you slot things in. Questions so far? I know I'm freezing to death. I don't know where the air condition turning down is. But apart from the temperature, you all okay? Doing good? Sure? All right. And then within the expense categories, you really to organize yourself, and we're getting to two important concepts here. We're getting to budgeting and we're getting to the next set of slides. And she's freezing to death, right? Why? Maurice, see if you can. Yeah, see if you can. We can get the temperature. This is good temperature for me because I'm walking up and down. That's the first thing. So I'm generating some heat. And I've spent too many years in a cold climate, so this is good temperature for me. So sometimes you break it down into various categories. Housing. I remember that this exercise or this seminar this week is not just for where you are now. It is things that you can carry into the future. So you break it down into categories. The usual categories are housing, transportation, and your housing will take care of your rent and your electricity and your water and your cable water bill. If you own the house, then you're going to need to repair things. Transportation, your bus fare, your car payment, gas insurance, water bill, and the expense categories continue. Right? Food, you have to eat, and you're either going to eat out or you're going to buy groceries. Healthcare, fortunately you folks are young, so your healthcare expenses don't really start to pile up until you hit 50 and 60. But all you guys are in sports, you probably are aware that you can get some injuries during sports. That's usually a category. And I know this one, I don't know about the personal care. Yes? And then you have somebody earlier talked about clothing. Clothing, that's a category, and you put things in that. Entertainment, you put things in that, and of course your education. How these are listed are not in order of importance, right? But it helps you to figure out what your expenses are, because you remember about half an hour ago, we said something. Anybody remember what I said half an hour ago? The elements of personal finance. And I said, you need to write down and you need to know how much you're earning. And you need to know how much you're spending. And you must ensure that you're spending less than you're earning. Well, how you going, and which will allow you to do the saving and investment, which is what you're all here for, right? And all here to the saving and investment part, especially the investment. But you can't get to that until you know how much you earn and how much you spend. So, one of the things I want to point out, you see the category, you see how much categories of income you have? You see the length of the income category and the things that go on income? Right? Bear that in mind. You see how many categories of expenses you have? You notice that? Start on this page, and you continue and continue and continue. What am I trying to get at here?
The more you spend, the more you
spend.
You will spend.
You will spend.
You will spend, because there is a whole heap of something to spend on. And if you really want to meet your financial goals, if you want to buy the house, if you want to buy the car, if you want to buy the clothes and all of that, it is going to be included in here, but there's a whole heap of things to spend on, whole heap of categories to spend on, not that very many opportunities to earn, so you have to manage that well.
Plus emergency.
But, don't even talk about emergency. Don't even talk about the emergency. You people probably don't know emergency.
Well,
I'll give you, go ahead.
Example, just said buying a car. She wants to have a car before college. You know what I'm saying? I think the worst feeling is when I get up on the car, don't start. I need a battery.
Or you need some tires, or you need...
Yeah, you didn't plan for that at all.
But you have to plan for it.
Right, so yeah.
So I think we leave out that category accidentally,
Yeah.
But write, if you have your notes, you write it online, or you have your notebook, write down the emergency bill coming up, please. That's a very important topic that was left off. Yes. Insurance. If insurance is here, well, let me see, we leave out insurance. Well, I have the car insurance. I should put house insurance or renter's insurance. Health insurance. I didn't put it here, but yes. So guess what? As long as this list is, we still not cover everything. But I'm remiss, and folks, please put it in your notes, emergency. Right? And I'm just going to give you a personal example of emergency. About 2 weeks ago, and this is for real, I'm not making any story I tell you is not making up. 2 weeks ago, I normally go out and walk in the mornings. And I got up and I was putting on the sneakers. And guess what? I hear something and I said, wait, rain falling this morning? Because I get up just before daylight, right? So what happened? Rain falling? I'm going to look out and I said, but rain not falling. But I hear water coming off the roof. You know what that was? A bus water heater. Anybody here, any idea how much for a solar water heater? You don't want to know. Trust me. You don't want to know. That is what you call an emergency. And
And the list goes on.
the list goes on.
A hurricane give you 24-hour warning.
Yeah. No, you know, I could give you all the examples. I wake up the next morning, and most of the bougainvilleas are on the ground. So that is, we have to get somebody to come in and clean them up. We have to get somebody to come in and take out the bush. We have to plant them back. We have to put back a fence. Because we live in Jamaica, we need a little security. Emergency. Big emergencies. And then, you know, you have the other little emergencies along the way. But you have some big ones. All right. So, bear in mind, by the way, I have some, I mean, these ladies here, they're smart, but you know, they're not. I'm hoping that by the time we get to Wednesday, Thursday, I'll get more, you know, you will be, sorry, when it will warm up a little bit more, and I will talk, right?
Yes.
Promise?
Yes.
When it warm up a little bit, Mr. Jameson just came and changed the thermostat, so give it a little time and it will warm up. All right. Anything I left off here, some ladies were telling me I needed to put on insurance. Martin tell me I left off emergency, spending. Yes, Marcus? Income? No, man, off my expenses. Yeah, what did I leave off? Anything that you can think of that I have left off the expense category. I want you to understand that the expenses are numerous.
Needs, trips,
you can put that on the entertainment and leisure. And we need to budget for that, yes. Child care, well yes, that's true. But I never think I was ready for that yet. But, and let me tell you, children are expensive. From before they're born. Very expensive. Ask your parents about that. Anybody know, I mean, y'all have, most of you have cable, right? And there's an Amazon ad, you know the Amazon ad? Where the lady said she's shopping at Amazon because she can't afford to spend too much money on the children. You don't know that ad? But probably you don't notice it, but as a parent, I know. And even when they grow, they're still costly. All right. Any other expense that I've left off? Okay. Now we get to an important thing. So you have all of these expenses. What do you think I'm going to tell you next that you have to do? What's that? Separate the things. Yes, I like that. Budget. Yes, I like that. Anybody else as to what we're going to do next? Yeah, that's budgeting. All right. Separating the things. You didn't tell me what we're going to separate it in. It needs to separate into your needs and your wants, because that is going to help us with the budgeting. So Martin, you think it's time for them to take out the exercise book now?
Yes.
All right. I want you to write down. It says open your workbooks or your exercise book or anywhere you can write. I want you to, because this is one of the, when we're teaching normally we have these things called learning outcomes, and we're saying there are some specific things that you need to make sure, we need to make sure that you're able to, you get from the program. And this is one of the important things, right Maurice? Maurice?
Very much.
I want you to, you think we should give them an opportunity to go outside and warm up a little bit?
Yes.
All right, so we're going to take 5 minutes. And by the way, I promise your parents, you're not going to wander around. So you can take 5 minutes and we're just going to stand up outside of the door and we're going to warm up 5 minutes.
Yes.
I'm really in the wrong age group here, so. All right, okay, so I like your definition, but I think we need to put a little bit more. Is that need?
Internet is not needed.
Internet is not
Internet is
needed.
not needed.
You know, actually, you might be correct on that, you know.
Internet.
It's
Not really.
not really. I mean, you can get by, you can survive without internet. It's not going to stop you from surviving, but you know, but how you going to survive? All right, you want to do?
I needed something that you require
required and something that is not desirable?
A need is something that is required but not necessarily desirable.
It can be desirable.
It can be desirable, you know, because food is a need, you know, and we desire that. But I think I know what you want to say. Is that if you want to more say that a want is what you desire.
A need is something you can't go without.
And a need is something that you can't go without. I saw some hands over this side. Need versus want.
Need versus wants basically. What? I think the example of what?
You can give me examples. Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, so you want like open a business and need is money.
You need money to get your business started, so we can talk about. Let me ask you a question about food. Because there are going to be some of your items that are both needs and that can be classified as both need and want. So let us take food. Everybody here is going to say food is a need because without food, we're not going to survive for very long. Why do I say that food can be a want?
Type of food.
Type of food. Yes?
The amount of food you want.
The amount of food you want.
What food you want.
What food you want, right? So when you do your exercise, you may need to have certain things in both the wants category and in the needs category. So I really want you to, if you're using the big book, you know, use 1 page for need and 1 page for want, or if you want, you can draw a line and write needs and want. But if you find that there are items like food, you may need to put it on both and put a little bit of an explanation on why it is a need and why it's a want. So my friend here will say internet is a need, but probably high-speed internet is a want. How is that? All right, but the basic definition that you would find in a dictionary or online or stuff like that is that your need is something that you need to maintain, maintain a basic standard of living, right? And a want is what you get to enhance your standard of living. That makes it any clear, any simpler? Where, you know, your need is what you need for your basic, to maintain a basic standard of living, and even that has its issue, because some of the things that I say I need, some people say that, but that is want, right? Because for example, I'm saying that I need my hot water heater. And some people say, really? You don't need that, you just want it, right? But to me that's a need, because I don't like being in a cold water, I'm getting used to it. But it's really, but I want you to write it, at least start the process of thinking through and writing, and I would encourage you over time to look back at those needs and wants and see if in truth and in fact something is a need or it's really a want. So we're clear on where we're going, and I'm going to give you time for this, and when we come back, we're going to discuss needs versus wants, and I'm going to need some brave souls, and I know we have some brave pencils out there, to volunteer to start the conversation as to what they would consider need and versus want. So we okay with the assignment? Everybody understand what they're doing? I don't know how long we should give them. 15 minutes? 15 minutes to start your needs and want list. We discuss that, and then they get a chance to warm up again.
Okay. Shelter, because as you know, you need something over your head to keep you safe.
Mm-hmm.
And you also need food or else you die. And then for the wants, you also have...
Wait, hold on, let me stop right there. Thank you. Anybody else have the food and the shelter? Everybody have food and shelter? You separate, what kind of food you have? Groceries are eating out? Fast food is your need? Groceries is your need? Anybody here have fast food as a need? Why?
Yes.
How you get fast food to be a need now? Food is a need. Food is food. So whether it fast or slow is food. Okay, alright.
What snacks?
Snacks?
What about snacks?
Anybody have snacks? Snacks is what? Need or want? Need? Need? Why snack a need? It's for food. Alright, this young lady want to say something and you're anxious to say it. What's your pencil again? I what? Your work matters, so your thoughts matter. So tell me what you have for your give me 2 wants and let us see what's the story with the wants. You want the needs. Alright, give me your needs then.
Car, insurance,
Boy, you're fixated on the car, right? You have to have a plan. Martin, what we're going to do with the fixation? We'll get our car, you know, and trust me. When you see when you get the car, you see that list of expense?
Don't complain. Don't complain.
No, man, we're not working. The license is the easiest part to get. You're getting a supercar. That car mash up. You have gas money? You have insurance money? What's that? Oh, you know what? You probably can get an EV that can run on electricity. But hold on. It all depends, you know. If your car, we're going to sort you out and we're going to figure out how you're going to get your car, because you have to go budget for that. Agree? And you're going to make the sacrifice for to get to that. Is it a need? You need it for business? You ever hustle with it? All right, we've got to work on that.
Well, to pick her side, I will say that in an environment with an inefficient
Public transportation system.
Right. New York, you wouldn't need a car. You wouldn't need a car.
London, you wouldn't need a car.
Right, exactly. But I will say, especially here, you take the bus to work. It can be very painful. Scheduling, bus breakdown, you know, so, and then opportunity for work overtime and so forth. Yeah, so
we can work. We can work. We'll work with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in other words, you're saying, because remember, you know, the definition that you don't have that definition with you, but your definition is you need something to maintain your basic standard of living. And depending on where you put your standard of living, that's going to be a need.
The type of car.
The type of car now maybe.
Yeah.
What type of car you want over there? You can drive a Pitts. No.
Good girl. Good girl.
Yes, sir. Anyone, give us something here. Make we discuss it. Make we discuss it.
So my 2 wants is new phone, internet.
Okay. So you say internet is a want and you say internet is a need. All right, folks, how are we going to come down on that now?
Let's vote on it.
Yeah. Let us take that apart. Is internet a need or a want?
It's a need. Needs. Hands up needs. Hands up needs. No, man. Pick a side.
Pick a side.
Pick a side. Need.
What kind to do with it?
All right. Want. Who say internet is a want apart from that? All right. Let me hear from you, sir, because you said you promised. You know, remember you promised me that when it warm up, you're going to talk. It warm up, right? All right. So you can talk. You can talk a little bit. All right. So why you put it as a want?
I would think that internet is a want because it depends on what you mean by internet. Like, is it social media?
or?
No man, the ability to connect to the World Wide Web. What you're going to do with it, that's a different conversation. But the ability, but internet here we're talking about the ability to connect.
Everything.
Everything.
We go to ATM. Internet. ATM and internet.
Yeah, so it's really your ability to connect to the rest of the world. Changing your mind now?
Yeah, jump over.
That's
You know what I mean?
Oh, so he said internet, you know, he never said any social media account. But you're being very precise. So you want you would think that, so are you going to say that the internet is a need in the sense that you need to be connected, but it is a want depending on what you connect to? So in other words, the size of your data plan may distinguish between your needs and your want, but you at least need something basic. You need to be connected. Right? Somebody else behind there had said it was a want. I just want, before you speak, my dear, somebody behind there had said it was, had their hand up as a want.
You came over, and why so?
Oh, you come over, okay. All right, before you speak again, let me hear from you.
Some of my needs are water and money, and some of my wants are glasses and new shoes.
How the glasses come to be a want? You mean glasses like eyeglasses?
Because I could live life without my glasses.
You can function without your
Yeah, because
glasses?
I'm still living, I'm still breathing, I'm still going to school and everything.
Oh, okay. So your degree of, you wear glasses?
Yes.
Oh, but you don't have them on now. So you don't need them.
I need it.
I agree, like she knows I need she have a, I mean, I can survive without
I can see,
mine.
but that doesn't mean I want to see.
I can see, but if I were to take my glasses off, I couldn't read anything. But you can read and see without yours.
It's kind of blurry.
You think she should put the glasses in the ones or the need color?
Cosmetic need want, but prescription need.
No man, she said the words blurry without the glasses. It's needing over there. No, the type of frame might be a want. But you must wear your glasses, man. Wear your glasses. Alright, before I knew you had your hand up. Yes. Oh, you're still on the internet. I know a long time you're on the internet story.
Thank you.
It's a need.
Thank you.
Alright. No, he's the one that started this conversation, so let us hear. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The reason why I said internet is
A want?
is because it's not because of the business wise, like you need internet for communication with your peers and such. But the reason why I said that is because we can literally do without our phones, Wi-Fi for like a couple of days. It just takes some fish here.
Takes a, go play some outdoor games. You don't need to be on your phone.
Who can do without food for a couple of days?
You can be on food. You can have water.
There's a type of bubble
All right. We have some ideas. We have some ideas going. So some other folks. There are some persons who have never heard us speak.
Me.
Who haven't heard speak? Martin, who you going to poke this? Yes, sir.
I think education and energy is an
Education and what?
energy.
Energy. When you say energy, explain.
Like energy, like electricity.
Oh, okay. Electricity. We're going to go down the argument with electricity, just like internet. My friend here going to say, you don't really need electricity, you know. We can survive. But in all seriousness, when I talk about, yeah, I don't want something that we can say, well, okay, we can survive without electricity for 3 or 4 days. We're talking about surviving for an extended period of time. So yes, so you put electricity as a want or a need? As a need. And the other one? Education, that's a need. I'm happy to say that you're saying education is a need. Up to what level? You say education is a need. What level? University? Before I take your Aston, let us take this one. I think we're on the next slide, yeah. Oh, okay, no. Is university education a need or a want? You know, is a need?
Let's vote on it.
Yeah, let us vote and let's dissect that one a little bit. Let's dissect that a little bit. University education, like you mean like going to UWI or UTech or some of you are saying that's a need. Vote. How many people say that university, tertiary education is a need? Why that one not get very much vote? That's a hand up?
3 hands.
3, 4? Or that's a, no, before. You're going to comment on this education story? All right, okay, let me hear what you're, wait, hold on, let me check the other side of the vote. How many people says universities are want? And some of you don't know the difference. Okay, some of you are undecided. But you're saying high school is a need. All right, let me hear what you have to say.
Why university would be like a need is because in order to get like high qualifying jobs that can provide you financial stability and independence that everybody wants, you need to at least have a bachelor's degree because the high school diploma can only get you
so far. But it's so you're saying it is a need if you establish a certain, because we're working back with definitions now. If you want to maintain if you define your basics minimum standard of living according to X, Y, and Z, then university education is a need. Hold that, we're going to talk about it. Just no, let me take him in first.
So I'm also working with the definition when you said is a want is something that you use to enhance living situation, and a need is basic stuff. So tertiary education is not needed. So
basic minimum.
Yeah. And to enhance your life, it's needed.
Okay. Like how you're working there, sir. Like when you're working. In the black hoodie first. And then you. Black hoodie.
I say university is a want. And it's focused on a certain field instead of like general knowledge. My grandfather had a dentist bachelor and he made it as a politician, so I don't think.
And he made a what?
He made it as a politician.
Okay.
Certain aspects of university are important to make it
To depend on where you want to go. Marco, then baseball.
I was saying, just back to what she was saying, right? Some person, if you're in the tertiary level and like you get your bachelor's and stuff, in Jamaica, like when you have those stuff, it's really getting up to jobs.
Oh, you said bachelor's not even get you where you want to enhance your quality of life. But we're going to talk about that. Yes, you, sir.
Speaking of what Aiden said, like tertiary education and going to university and stuff, it can get you a degree in a certain field, and there's many occurrences of people making a living off something completely different, off of entrepreneurship, something else that they wouldn't even need that degree for. They just need their high school diploma. Some people get jobs with just their high school diploma and make some ranks and so on.
That might be a little bit more difficult these days, but let me hear this young lady.
You can get by with your high school diploma and whatever, but you're not going to get a good job because you're not. It's better to get your university bachelor's than to have your high school diploma because you're most likely going to take a course.
But no, but if you go back to his definition, being true to the definition, it enhances the quality of life. Wants is what enhances the quality of life. I think you wanted to say something earlier, son. No? All right. Yeah, okay. All right. I need to know, what's your pencil quote again? Your word matters. Okay. All right. So we're going to take you and then we'll take you and I ask and I'm going to turn that question in a row. I'm going to turn the question around.
So, I don't necessarily think that it is like a bachelor's, but I definitely get in some form of an education. Whether you go down to high school or something, I don't think that's a university. That high school education is enough.
You need what you're saying is a post-secondary education is needed. It don't have to be university.
Because when I thought I need a job Jamaica at IG, I see the pay that these people are getting.
Who?
Like,
Go again?
so I thought that I need a job Jamaica at IG.
Okay.
And when I see what those they're trying to give those caregivers or the people that work at the gas station, that is not living. Like if you're living and you can't do
Basic
anything
things.
but just pay the bills and just keep doing it, I don't think that is living.
That's not the quality of life that you're looking forward. I don't think that's the quality of life anybody's looking forward. All right, your comments, and then we explore the question in a different way.
I think that with just a high school diploma, there's so much doors that are just automatically closed to that a bachelor's would get. And like what you were saying about like the gas station, where like some people like as soon as they get the pay, boom, going to gold, mortgage, all of these stuff like they can't. Sometimes they can't even pay for the basic needs that they want, like shelter and like food every day, dinner, and all of this.
All right, you guys getting it, you know. Where's Martin?
Yeah.
But I like, I can't remember your name, you know. Forgive me, I'm very bad with names. Martin, learn the name then for me now, please.
I'll try.
This young lady, you have to learn your name.
Gabby.
Gabby? No, it's not Gabby. All right, but anyways, we can talk. I like what you say about, you're not really saying that it has to be tertiary education, but it has to be some kind of post-secondary education. But you got, in these days, if you need a plumber, you cannot find a good plumber. And they don't come cheap, eh? So you have these, the tradespeople. And don't knock them, you know. They make good money, you know. They make good money, right, Maurice? The tradespeople. When you ask your parents how much you pay for your plumber, and how much you pay for an electrician, and how much you pay for that, and you see them driving, kind of not so pretty pickup, but check out what their wife driving. Right? But so one of the things I want you to, as you go through this needs versus the want, and I'm being very, probably a little bit, I don't want to use the word unkind, but I kind of want to draw things out of you. How do you, to be more specific, when you're talking about the needs and the wants? So yes, we all recognize that additional education, because if I were to ask the question, if I frame the question differently, if I ask the question differently, is post high school education a need or a want? I probably would get a far more consistent response that you need to go beyond the high school, right? No, it may not be university. But trust me, not all of us. Not all of us are going to enjoy university. Not all of us are going to be academics. Not all of us want to, as my husband would say, put on nice clothes and go to work. Some people just want to put on ordinary clothes and go to work and work with their hands, and that's what makes them happy. Right? So, and I think, if I rephrase it to say that it's post-secondary education that you need, are you still going to say it has to be university? It doesn't have to be university. We get, everybody see where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
So you need post-secondary. And remember, all of this is on financial literacy. We also need some little life lessons. And let me stress this point. I have a PhD, which is about the highest academic degree that you can have. But I am also very conscious of that. And everybody wants the bookwork story, you know. And I really don't think people should pigeonhole themselves in a bookwork thing. If that's not what if you want to be a plumber, you want to be a dancer, you want to be an artist, or you want to be an electrician and all of that, just make sure that whatever you do, you're getting proper training so you can maintain the standard of living and you can drive any kind of fancy car or build any kind of fancy house with that, with that. Right? Anybody else want to speak about the needs and the wants, and so we can dissect it? Yes.
Two needs that I have is healthcare and shelter. And for shelter, I think shelter could be both a need and a want. You need to have somewhere you live, but it doesn't have to be so fancy or you want a fancy house or a nice house, but that doesn't mean you need it.
Okay. Thank you. I'd said earlier, don't know if you catch it or you miss it, but if you miss it on the front end, you can get it on the back end. Some of the stuff that you write down can go in both the wants and needs column. We all agree that we need some type of shelter, or we need some kind of transportation. And as Martin said, a car is not outrageous, or some private transportation is not an outrageous need in Jamaica. They need to get to work on time. I need to be able to reliably get to work. And if that requires that you have a car, then that's a need. But as I stand here put it, it all depends on how you define what it is that whether you need a 3-bedroom house in, a 5-bedroom house up in the hills, or whether you will take, a 2-bedroom on the flat. Right? So so we need to, as we go through this, as you think through this, as you carry this through in later years, always try and say, yeah, this is a need, this is a want, and say yes. And then also depend on your stage of life. I mean, as I'm telling these people that, at this point in time, as far as I'm concerned, a washing machine is a need. Anybody have washing machine as a need? Or you have it as a want? You have it as a need? Is a need? Anybody want to put washing machine as a want?
It's a need.
Is a need?
It's a need. You need that more than a stove. You need that more than a stove.
All right, so I mean, so you have that. Anybody here think a dishwasher is a need or a want? Want? Let's wash them by hand, right? So we're gonna just wash your clothes by hand.
The consumption rate.
What's that?
The consumption rate. We'll wear clothes more than we wash dishes.
No, no man, we dishes 3 times. We use 3 times a day.
Not really.
What's that? Oh, you buy food and you don't need to wash your dishes. All right. But there are some people who will think that a dishwasher is a need, not a want. And some of it, of course, is going to, and probably I shouldn't say it like this. But the idea is, you see some of these things that are wants now, those are going to become your goals, because you're going to say, it's a want, but I would really like to move it over to the needs category. So I'm going to set up myself so that I can easily put it in the needs category. Anything anybody else has as needs or want that you want us to discuss?
J-O-B.
A JOB is a what? Need or a want?
A job is a want, career is a need.
What? Interesting thought. A job is a need, a career is a
A job
want?
is a want, career is a need.
Oh, no, explain that.
Next arrow.
Okay, so the job is the need and the career is the want.
Right.
And I agree? Anything
Do you
else?
know the difference?
Martin is asking, you know, the difference between between a job and a career.
Yeah. You could want to be a marine biologist, but the job is in like finance.
And so and since you need money, because somebody had put money as a need, since you need money, you're going to hold the job that you can get until you can put yourself in a position to get the job or the career that you want. All right, before we break, we're going to ask you to, I'm just going to say a couple of things. I don't want you to leave here thinking that wants are bad. It's not that you mustn't have wants, you know. You're going to have wants, you're human. Right? But what we're trying to get is that you have to balance your needs and your wants. You have to satisfy your needs before you get into your wants. And that's really what part of this exercise is about. You have your needs, you have your wants, and you know that your needs are what you prioritize, and the wants will come. But because of our human nature, there is nobody that is going to be satisfied by just satisfying their needs. Agree? So all of what we talk about, I don't want you to leave here thinking that having a want is a bad thing. No, it is not. No, it is not. So you're going to prioritize your needs over your wants, because that is going to be your first thing. And then when you're creating a budget, which is what we're going to do later, you're going to separate your wants from your needs so you can cover your needs first. Because it doesn't make sense to buy the fancy clothes and the fancy jewelry today, and next week you don't have any money to go to groceries, to buy your groceries. That's what we're getting at when we're talking about that. Why are you smiling? You agree with me? No? No? You don't agree with me? That you don't buy the fancy clothes and fancy things this week, and then next week you don't have any money to buy the food? You agree with me? I'm glad you agree with me. You had something to say, sir? You know, it's another controversial one. Is Netflix a want or a need? Is a want or a need? Is a want? Oh, okay. And if you don't get Netflix, you have substitute for Netflix, right?
Alternatives.
You have alternatives. You can watch something on YouTube, right? Or you can turn to CBM or TVJ. Martin, you're a bad influence. All right. The third point, which is the point I don't want you to leave thinking that wants are bad. The third point is that ensure that you set aside some of the monies that you have towards saving and investment before you actually spend on your wants. Because guess what? You're going to need money in the future. Right? So you set aside some, make sure, so you take your income, you're creating a budget, now we're leading up to budget. So you figure out what your needs are, you set that aside, but you're always going to have some lead back for your wants, and then you also make sure you're putting aside some savings. And, this is the point I really, really want to get at. Number 4, limit your spending on wants. I'm going to say limit, not eliminate, because you're happy living. Right? So always bear that in mind. Leave some room in your budget for your wants, because you must have to enjoy life. So you're going to limit, but you're not going to eliminate. Now at my age and stage of life, I am into the wants category, because I've worked for the last more years than you have been born. So it's time for me to enjoy my wants. Yes, sir.
What if you physically just can't budget to keep to ensure that you have wants?
Well, you may have to revisit some of those needs. Right now, you set your goals. Because remember, we talked very briefly about goals not too long ago. And create a savings plan or an investment plan for those wants in the future. You want to go to that party, Martin? And you know the party is in, which party? You're not too young for party or another party?
Negril, you hear me say that one?
Where are you going, Negril?
Negril.
All right, when is the party in April?
Last week.
All right, let's just say that you're going to finance it. Oh, fanatic. Oh, okay. So let's say that your party is December. And you know from now. So you're going to a party in December. You save towards it. And then you get to enjoy that particular one if that's an important one for you. So those basically, once you have set up, and I really will encourage you folks, how many people can promise me they're going to do this? You're going to go home and you're going to look back on your wants and your needs and you're going to write down some more, right? And you're going to look carefully and say, is this really a need or is it a want? And you know, you do that and then you create your little budget from the money that you have, not much, but you create that. And then you're going to all promise me, you're going to take out even a little tubes and save that. And you're going to reward yourself by spending some on your needs. And then the needs that you can't spend on right now, you are going to save towards that. Promise?
Yes.
What's that? Well, oh, yeah. Yeah, but you know, so sometimes some of your needs, you have to postpone some of your needs. Because my friend here, she gone? No. She wants a car. Sorry, you need a car, right? But you can't get the car right now, but you're going to save towards the car. So you're going to save for both your needs and your wants. Because you're also going to recognize that not all of your needs, you can fulfill them immediately. Martin, you want to say anything else before we close off the morning session?
I think it's clear. I think they get it. I like the response. I think they're general.
Anybody want to make any comments? We still have a few minutes before we go for lunch. Honor should not be still freezing. Any other comments you want to make? What do you think we're going to do after lunch? We're going to budgeting. That means you have to take all of this into consideration. I want to remember why we're doing the budgeting thing.
Yes.
Why are we doing the budgeting thing?
Find out what our wants and needs.
The balance your wants and needs.
Okay, you're finding out what you want, you're balancing your wants and needs. But really and truly, when you balance your needs and wants, what is the ultimate goal of doing the budget?
Save.
What? Yes, thank you, to save. To make room for investment, because I know how many people here come here for the investment part of it. Right? I'm going to say now, listen to me anymore. Because we know that them come here for the investment. But before we can get to the investment, and I promise you folks, you will be doing the investment, but you have to make room to find the money for the investment. So we're just kind of doing the background thing. We're just kind of building up our muscles and training our muscles so we're ready for it. Any other questions? Comments? Yes? Mr. Maurice? Any comments before we dismiss for the morning session? Anything? Anything else before we dismiss? We're ready for this. We're ready to dismiss. Yeah. Okay, folks, you ready to warm up again? Whether or not you're ready to warm up, you don't have to. You're gonna have to warm up, stretch your legs, get something to eat. I think there's some lunch here for you to get something to eat, and then we come back and we do that. And the most boring part of the whole financial literacy and the personal finance, but it is a critical step. Remember, we're talking earlier about whether you play a sport, whether you dance, whether you sing, whether you do martial arts. You have to get, you have to do some of the grunt work before you get to the good stuff. Well, the budgeting is your grunt work. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's grunt work. So, the first thing, and don't refer to the slide numbers. Earlier we talked about determining your income. You remember that? the different source of income, whether it's your allowance, if you have a job, if you have a side hustle, your what's that? Your pension, your dividends, the little interest income, what have you, you need to highlight that. Then the next thing is to list your expenses. And we know those were numerous, and somewhere along the line, in between steps 2 and 3, you're going to look at those expenses and you're going to categorize them as needs and wants. Remember that? Yes? After you finish with that now, you're going to, and we're not going to do the workbook, we're not going to do the budget, ask you to write a budget in your workbook, because that's long and that's tedious and it's the afternoon, and you want something more exciting than writing in your workbook in the afternoon. Agree?
Not really.
Not really? Well, okay, we can, Marco can do that. But there's a rule of thumb, and it's you know what they mean by a rule of thumb?
Right now.
You know what's the rule of, when we say a rule of thumb, you know what we mean by that? No, some people say yes, some people say no. A rule of thumb is just general guidelines. So generally speaking, when you create your budget, you should have about 50% of your income should be for your needs. Because remember, we talked just before we went to lunch on the difference between your needs and your wants, and you prioritize your needs before your wants. You remember that, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so 50% of your money should go towards your needs, which of course does give you, so wait, hold on, where's the friend Abigail? Oh, okay. You switch seats with, you switch seats, right? Can't do that to me, Right, so 50% as a rule of thumb, as a general guideline, should go towards your needs. It may be less, it may be more, depending on your circumstances. 30% towards your wants. So although we were there arguing and backing and forthing on your what is wants from what is needs, you see inside of your budget, there's scope for your wants. So 50% to your needs, 30% to your wants, and 20%, that's what you're going to set aside. And some of that 20% will go towards savings, and some of it will go towards investment. And later on in the week, not today, when we talk about setting your goals, your short-term, long-term, medium-term goals, you will see how you're going to divide that 20% between savings and investment. So y'all have this, right? Write this down. Make a note of this, mentally or otherwise. Approximately 50% to your needs, 30% to your wants, and 20% towards your savings and investing. And keep that as kind of like your guide. Yeah, 30 to your wants, 50 to your needs, 30 to your wants, and 20% for your savings and investment. And kind of keep that as a general rule of thumb as you go through life. And if you keep that, trust me, the rest of it, your ability to meet your financial goals and get to where you want becomes that much easier to follow that basic rule of thumb. And again, it's not etched in stone, it's a general guideline that you work towards. So that's important. I think earlier somebody had spoken to this idea about what happens if they don't match. And that is step 4, is that once you finish with step 3 and you move over to step 4, if you don't, well, the good thing, if you reach the point, if you're at the point where your income far exceeds your expenses, then that is great. That's an easy adjustment. You probably can spend some more on your wants, or you can put aside more for your savings. But most people, the expenses are greater than the income, and that's where you need to make the adjustment. You may have to make the adjustment over time, but if not immediately, you must be able to make sure that your expenses are less than your income, or else you're not going to get anywhere in terms of the whole saving and investment. So that is those are your starting points. Once you have gotten that done, then you really need to track it You need to monitor it to make sure that you are spending within the framework that you have set up, that your income is matching what you think your income is, and if needs be, you go back to step 4 and make the adjustments. Right? So up to step 4 is what we're going, it's kind of where you start. Once you are actually doing this stuff, then you're always spending. There are some really cool software out there that can allow you to do so electronically, so you don't have to use a pen and paper story. All right, so yeah, and as I said, once you're tracking it, oh, I'm not spending as much as I think. Let me live a little bit and spend some more on my wants. What have you? I'm spending too much. Let me put some more to savings to take care of emergency. So you make those adjustments as you need, which is step 6. And did things change? Did you get a better job? Did you lose your side hustle? Have you moved on to university? Your situation has changed. And if your situation has changed, then really you go back to step 1 and make those adjustments. And then the last 2 steps are important. Stay focused, stay disciplined. Martin was here, he said be consistent. So that's the next step. And then the other step is always reward yourself. Really important to reward yourself. You get the framework? You ready to start your budgeting now? Yes, go ahead.
Does anybody here have an income?
Yes, we
Anybody have an income? Okay. How do you manage your income at the moment?
You hearing what he's asking? He's asked how you manage it, which is a very good question.
He's the only man that has it.
No man, somebody else told.
Who has an income?
You have an income. Didn't you tell me you have an income? You have a side hustle?
Yeah.
You have a job. I mean, you earn some money. So the question is he's asking how you manage your income.
By one, like separating, like use half of it or less than half to put in like savings in my account.
Okay, so you do some of this but not on a formal basis. You put aside some of it.
Yes, I put aside.
And how you have a set amount that you put aside, or you just kind of spend on what leave over you put aside?
So alright, for example, like if I get like 13K for pay, you know, 5K use and rest of it.
You put your savings. Okay, all right. So, but you can follow. I mean, in your situation, you probably don't have very much expenses. I'm not saying that if you don't have that much needs, that won't take up 50%. This is not licensed to just go spend it. It could mean that you can put a greater amount to savings.
Yeah,
So which one you do first? You spend first or you save first?
Like if when school going on, buy some sweet and the next side is
Oh, you buy yourself too?
yeah.
Okay. So you have used the money you get from your uncle to start your buy and sell business, to even make more money. I think we need to we need to have a conversation. Madison, tell us how you manage your money.
Speak up, Madison, sorry.
But wait, hold on, Madison, it's like how you're in front.
Speak loud.
You may have to turn around so that your voice can go that side. No? She shut down.
Oh.
No, man, just. Or you want to tell me and I tell? All right, she's shy.
Who else has an income?
No, man, okay, she's gonna tell me and I tell. Okay, so. So we are saving. All right, so basically what she does, whenever she makes money from her, she also does a little retailing. So whenever she makes money from it, she takes some of it and put it aside, aka spending. Some of it she take and reinvest back in the business to buy more stuff so she can sell. And then, boy, you people are really nice, you know. She actually, and then some of it she give to her mother. Right? Anybody, somebody else had a, yes sir. How you manage your money? I'm not hearing you now. You hearing me, Maurice? Talk up, man. Talk up.
The money I make from the buy and sell, half of it I save, and the other half I would spend. But the half that I save, I split it into what I put back into the business and what I save.
Save. Okay, so in truth and in fact, you save 25%, you build in your business with the other 25%, and then you spend 50%, and that 50% is split between your needs and your wants? Kinda? Alright. We have some good money managers here. Because I like the idea that you know, everybody, all of you all are saying that you save some of the money. You're not just spending it and you're actually investing. You're investing a portion of it. Maurice, you wanted to?
No, I had a follow-up question. So, you know that you're getting $10,000 at the end of this program, correct?
You all hearing what Mr. Hamilton is saying?
Yes, miss.
You're getting $10,000 invested in your capital markets account at the end of this program. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Does everyone know that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What are you going to do in terms of your investment? $10,000 you get in capital markets. What are you going to do with that? Anybody have any idea?
We have some hands here. You, and then let's start with it. What you gonna do with your 10,000?
I'm gonna put like 30% right into some stock, and then the other 70%. No, alright, I'll split that 70%, 35, and then that 35 I'd use. What's it called? I lost it.
Other investments though.
Yeah.
Bonds, money
Maybe,
market,
maybe,
repos.
Yeah.
That is what you're talking about. So you'll be splitting it 30 for stocks and then 30 for another set of kind of like fixed income.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to talk more about that probably tomorrow and Wednesday. What you going to do? You're going to put it in a bank account. I hope by the end of when we finish here, you change your mind, right? Because when we get to a point here, I think it's tomorrow, you're going to look to see how much money you're going to make off the bank account and how much money you can actually make from what is. Oh, hold on. So you don't want to make money? Oh, okay. All right. So we're gonna have to work on you. Who else around here wants to say what you're going to do with your money? You're waiting until the end of the week to tell me what you're going to do with your money? Yes? So we're going to ask that question again. When we look at different things. Yes.
Suppose you spend like the $10,000 trying to make more money and it doesn't work.
When you do your research and you say, well, I think this is where I want to put it, and it never pan out.
You know the money left somewhere.
Well, okay. One of the first thing is, I would say that is like sometimes you try and work out, but we're going to do something I think on Thursday that should prevent that occurring. How is that? And somebody called the word a while ago, risk. There's a risk taking. Maybe we really don't want to take any risk, you put it in the bank like her. But that's not the point of investing. You're going to take some risk, but not so much that you're going to lose everything. But take sufficient risk so that you earn more than the 0.5% that the bank is giving you.
Okay.
Because if you earn 0.5%, you're not going to get very rich. You're not only that you're not going to get very rich, you might not even be able to meet some of your goals and some of your savings goals and get to enjoy some of the wants of life. Yes, you had a comment?
Question, like, wouldn't the fund, like, I know some funds take away, like, social.
Take away?
Yeah, like, when you have them in the fund, they take it away. So you have energy of fund.
Yeah.
Take it away and end up what?
Give it interest.
No, I don't understand.
Alright, like, for social,
Mhm.
when you have the money in the fund, then, like, take away some.
Oh, the fees. Yes. Some of the banks charge fees, and that's one of the things that some of the banks, some of the investment houses will charge you a fee, and that's something that you have to watch because, of course, if your money goes in fees, then that's not going to leave you with very much to invest.
And then take it away without being noticed.
No, man. No. It's in the fine print. They're not supposed to take it away without your knowing. It's just that they don't tell you. You have to read your fine print. It's there. Yeah, man, it's there. But you're all under 18. You should all have accounts that don't have fees, So, any other questions before we get into creating well, it's more than just creating your budget, it's creating your budget, and you're going to pretend that you actually have an income, and you're going to determine how you want to spend your money, and then the game will pop up with surprises, and then we see how we do for, how you fare for the period. You ready for that? Yes? Oh, you look so dead. You're tired? I need Mr. Nesbitt back here till I know. Yes? I'm the boring one? Alright, so what we're going to do, alright, this is going to take a little bit of I don't know if you can see that.
Scan this.
Scan that?
This is going to be interesting.
This is going to be interesting, and you may have to work.
Not different.
Not yet. No.
Not different.
Wait, hold on.
Scan.
Scan.
Can you see it? If not, come closer. So it's a game that you're gonna actually have to do. So make sure you can scan it and get it.
And we'll do several. We need to.
I'm probably zooming a little.
Yeah, zoom.
The top there where you see the plus? Yeah, there you go.
Everybody good?
And there are some incentives for doing the game and doing it well. We'll probably run a few iterations. So consider this evening as kind of like a trial run. This afternoon as kind of like a trial run. You remember Dr. McLean came and spoke earlier? You remember Dr. McLean? Well, he's going to arrange, or is hoping to arrange, some prizes, and one of the prizes is going to be how well you do on the budget here.
All right.
So what we're going to do is that we're going to use this. Use this as an opportunity to practice, and then another day we'll go ahead and do the competition.
So once you've scanned, just put your hand up, and Dr. Logan will tell you what to do next, right? So as Dr. Logan was saying, I don't know about you guys. I've had to work on it because I'm quite competitive, so I've had to work on that. But as Dr. Logan is saying, there's a price to this, right? So one, you're already getting money to open the capital market account, but this game you get additional money. So if anybody knows, you don't need to know anything about investing to know that if you have more money to invest, then you can have greater returns. Yes? So everybody is starting on a level field. So how well you get into this game is up to you to see who is going to get that prize.
And again,
I see a couple hands. Levi? What, are you asking a question?
Oh, sure.
Is it, who asked that question? You like that? Yeah, man. Ready to start. So Dr. Logan is going to tell you shortly.
Yes,
who hasn't been able to scan? Hand up. Alright. Second? Sure, you can bring back up the QR code, please.
Emergencies, because you're going to get some unanticipated expenses as you go along. Always put in something for fun, because you can't, you know, life has to be fun. Your debt level at the starting point is 0, so you don't have to put in anything for debt repayment, and you need to put in for savings.
Question. For the 50, 30, 20 rule, with 30, would emergency be a part of the 50?
That's a very good question, but I am going to say,
with a 40, 10, 30, 20?
yeah, I mean,
What would be? Because the ones would be 30%, but it's fun, right?
yeah, but
Right,
I don't know if you want to put all that. I mean, you still have to do some savings.
20 will be savings.
20 will be savings. So
30.
So split, because emergency savings is a need, is required. I suggest, I mean, the game recommends that you put 50 to 70 in the in your living, but I would say put probably about 50 in the living, and then the other 20 in the emergency.
So that's 70, and then the remaining 30 will half and half between fun and savings.
Yeah. Yeah. That is a good start, and remember, you have the opportunity every month to change your budget.